So here we have the token Worldcoin, so the ticket is WLD. This is a project I really like. I've been buying this for quite a while. Slightly annoyed because this has been on my list to make a video on for a while. And I wish I'd done it earlier because, as you can see here, it's had a pretty fantastic day. As you can see, it's up 20%. It's still really low compared to where it was back in March. So I think if we break this down, there's plenty of trading opportunities, particularly on the upside. So yeah, so plenty of opportunities. So I will go ahead and, as usual, I will mark our all-time low, which was the list price, and our all-time high up here. So from a monthly perspective, what do we have? We have a nice monthly level there. We've got a really strong one. Actually, might help if I zoom in a little bit more. So not counting this candle as it's still in play, but we have a monthly level there. We've got a level there. We've got a really nice level there. We've got one there. This one, actually, if we move up slightly, there we are. So some really nice levels to play with down here. So I'll go in and just write monthly. So really interesting levels. Do we have anything higher? Yes, we do. We've got a monthly level up here at $4. And that's it. So I will write monthly in there. Right, so reset chart view. What can we see? And this monthly level is really interesting because that's the impulse, as is this one that it's just gained. We can see that was the start of that impulse. So, and it's acted as resistance. So this monthly level that it's broken here is a really, really key level. So if we go on to the weekly, what can we see? So we've got a weekly level here. That's a nice one that breaks up this large move. What else do we have? I quite like this weekly level here. This level here actually is really interesting. We've got another one there. There's quite a lot. I think this is where you focus on the ones that you think are most interesting. So if you look at where we're at now, this is a really interesting level because we've got so many candles that intersect it. As you can see, we've just broken above this one. We've got a weekly level down here that I'll put in. And yeah, nice one there to break it up. So focusing on the near-term price range. So there's obviously a lot to chart higher up, but I think that's a case of when we come to it. This is a really interesting one because that's the pivot. If we look across, I'm going to take this monthly line and just put it under there. Yeah, so I think that's an interesting view. And one thing that's really sticking out to me is, as we can see, this area here is a zone of quite high liquidity between here. As we can see, the candles move very quickly through this area. So I will take this. And an interesting bit is, as you can see, a little bit of this has been taken here, but you have a very nice FVG here, which I will make orange. So Yeah, so it's pushing up. So let's have a look then at where the volume sits on this on a longer term perspective. So if we go across here, where are we likely to see reaction? So if we zoom in, we can see this area here. This is quite a key area, as we can see. So I'm going to take this just above this monthly level. As you can see, quite a nice zone there. Actually, we'll box it out. So if I take this box, we'll box that out and we'll make that grey. Yeah, there's a lot of voids up here, so this area will be quite interesting once we push up into it. So I think if we go on to the daily, what can we see? So as you can see, it's come down. There's a very nice daily level here actually that we can see that it's just swept. And you can see this has just, I'll move this down slightly, but you can see this has just come down, retested this zone here from June, swept it, and then moved right back up into this liquidity zone. So I can see this continuing to push up. You may get a rejection off this monthly pivot or a rejection off the monthly, and then you'll look at where potentially it could come down to. But if we look at an FRVP on this smaller range here, what can we see? So you can see nice volume, a lot of volume around this monthly level. So if we take this, an area there, we have an area here. And I think interestingly as well, you've got a little area here that could grab some fuel. We can see this is an area where it's topped out before. And then not a huge amount above it. I think if you're looking at where you may get a rejection, I think it lines up with the top of this wick here. Is an interesting one. Obviously you look to clear the stuff at the top of here and then potentially there. So zooming out, you can see few points of interest. Obviously this thing has pushed up. Be interesting to see where this rejects from. Do we reject here? Do we reject from the monthly? I can see some consolidation before pushing up into this fair value gap. I mean, once you go into this fair value gap, you'll push through this quite quickly, so this can move quite aggressively. As you can see, one thing I quite like is where you have lots of price action in a zone. As you can see here, a lot of price action, a lot of price action, a lot of price action, a lot of price action. It moves through quite quickly. There's no reason for it to stop here. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly it moves up to this level. But certainly this is something to keep an eye on. And as you can see, not even looked at this top side, but there's a lot of top side potential on this. So a rerun of up here and you're looking at quite a nice multiple, but certainly in the near term this is providing some really good trading opportunities. I wouldn't be rushing into short this now. I would wait to see a rejection first.